Hello, legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast, episode 411. So, we have 411 days since this project started without any break or, day off. For 411 days, this project, or myself, I was blogging and podcasting, and I feel good. To be honest, it's a great feeling to realize that after time, how big that number is. If you consider that how hard it was to build something sustainable for 30 or 60 days. So yeah, this is a great thing, and I can't only give credit to myself really for that, because it was mainly the accountability tool from the very start. But thanks to those of you that read and follow my journey or listen to the podcast, because I know for a fact that there are some hardcore people that are actually listening to every single episode, which is amazing, to be honest, and I really appreciate your time as well. Those of you that are watching on YouTube, there is still the viewership on YouTube is obviously small, because the episodes are usually about from 10, 15 up to 30 minutes long. So I understand that it's not always possible for people to spend so much time on YouTube, and especially I'm no Joe Rogan or anybody else that has such a super interesting content to share. They are just updates and journaling of my days, and while I try to add as much spice and interesting elements to it, it's still just my life. So obviously I hope it to be more exciting in near future, so the content gets better as well. But as we started with after the day 400, this is the first segment of the update. I will be recording more, at least one more segment in the evening, or some segments in the middle, and then the last one in the evening to close it off. Today, so far, we are at 2 p.m. So it's fairly deep into the afternoon. Morning was regular morning. There was a couple of meetings. I closed off a couple of tasks that I needed because there were deadlines waiting for Friday to conclude certain tasks. And at 11:30, and I popped into Donegal Tire Center with Julian, and we were able to quickly, it took probably about half an hour to 40 minutes, get those tires replaced in the front. So I'm not sure if it's placebo or it is actually the difference, but there should be a difference in driving, how the front behaves, especially that's the previous, I think they were Bridgestones or Continentals. Those tires were bald as hell. So, and as I said, there was already wiring coming out in some places on the passenger side, so you can imagine how worn they were. And we replaced them with brand new Kumos, same spec, Korean quality, a very good company that actually BMW was participating or partnering with in terms of production of their cars previously. So we'll see how it goes. They are good. The guy mentioned that the ones at the back, the tires are really bad, and I said to him that yeah, I understand, I just didn't want to straight away spend 800 euros in one go. But I guess it might have been just a naive thought to do it in two parts, because it seems like I might need to replace them next week anyway. and it will be more expensive because obviously they are wider and they are run-on flats. Oh yeah, I changed the run-on flats because the car is designed and adjusted to drive on this type of tires. So it's additional element of safety. Basically, I pay extra, but when you drive on the motorway or on any road quite fast and in different scenarios like different weather, and the tire pops, then you might lose steering and control over your car pretty easily and end up really bad. And run-on flats allow you to pretty much retain the control of a normal tire up to 80 kilometers per hour, which is probably what most of the time average speed is, below 80 kilometers per hour. Even if you drive like 100, 120, 160, your average is really much lower than that. So that gives you that extra safety, I guess, feeling that if the tire pops, you still have better control over your car and you won't end up in the ditch or on a tree or in some other bad scenario. So yeah, we have front wheels with the brand new tires. We'll likely be driving in a second for our lunch to take some walk with Elizabeth and Julian. We'll see. I'll probably update you either on the walk or after the walk. So I'll be back technically in some time, maybe an hour or two, but you will see me in a couple of seconds. Hello, and another segment. So there will be likely 3 today. So we are now, it's quite windy. You can see Julian, aka Croissant Gamer, there. We were doing our drills in soccer. So if you read yesterday's blog post or listened to yesterday's episode, you know that we started, or we are actually attempting to do that every day. And I joined Julian on the journey street to stadium to learn some useful skills and control over the ball. Somewhere there should be my wife, Elizabeth. She's coming back from the walk. I hope she manages, because as you can see, those menacing clouds are probably carrying some rain. But otherwise, it was dry and we were able to play a bit of soccer / football here, and it was a nice half an hour, I guess. But we are now going to the car because we are expecting that it might lash for a moment. Maybe just a drizzle, maybe something more. But yeah, so this is to show you that we are actually training, second time in a row. Well, Julian does it like 4 or 5 days, but I did. This is my second day and I feel great. Actually, I wasn't feeling good when we arrived because I have some lurking headache. I hope that there's no virus or anything like that trying to catch up with me. That's why I decided to move my arse and rusty joints and spend some time with Julian on something fruitful, I hope, long term. For now, that's it for the second segment, and I'll see you in the third segment soon.
I'm gonna peek out from right here.
Another short 30 seconds to 1 minute. We are waiting for my wife to come back. We hid in the forest, as you can see. Beautiful place. We're just having fun. You might see a funny... Oh, Can you find Wally? So we are attempting to do some scary picture where you can't see Julian anywhere, but when you zoom in, he looks like some monster hidden in a tree. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, Elizabeth is just there, coming back, I think. Not sure if you can see her, but oh, see, she's here. Oh, you can see she's coming back to her car. So yeah, that's promised 1 minute. The sky is quite dark, so I don't know if the rain comes up or not, but we're going home and I'll be back soon. And hello again. We are at segment 3, I believe, or 4 even. I don't remember. I know that I recorded something at home as the first segment. Second was at the beach with Julian. Then I think third was in the forest just beside the Morvark beach. Okay, so this is fourth, I believe. I managed to drop the guys straight from the beach into the house and decided to go for the last, I guess, I don't know, 20-30 minutes of daylight. Well, it's probably 30 minutes now. I think we are 4:21 at the moment PM, so about 30 minutes to sunset, so probably about an hour max of, I would say, visibility, and then it will be complete darkness. So I'm heading to Ini, and I'm not having any expectations to get mushrooms or anything like that. If I get some, then lovely. If not, this is lovely too. I'm going there to enjoy the calm environment, get a bit of relax for my mental health reasons, and just enjoy the sound of the nature, the river, the sheep, and everything else that comes across. It's a beautiful time of the year, surprisingly. Here in Ireland, usually it wasn't that beautiful as it is now, but this year, I don't know if it's just me being more receptive of what is around me, but the colors of the trees as they get rid of that chlorophyll and greenness, and then shedding the leaves, it's just magical. So lovely time of the year. It's beautiful. Today is a pretty dry day. Of course, there were some spells in the areas. We had some drizzle, but in general it was fairly sunny and dry. Sunset is just beautiful. So I might actually I don't know if I will go to Ini or I will just go to the Eagle's Nest again. I'll see what I can do. Before I dial off, let me give you a short video of what's in front of me. So here it is, that beautiful sunset. I just have a little bit of regret that I'm not closer to, let's say, Sleeve League cliffs. That view will be brilliant. Anyway, that's it for now. See you soon. Hi guys, pretty dark, but I'll try to cut it short and make sure that you have a quick update and I won't waste too much of your time. So I didn't manage to take any footage while it was still, my phone fell down, while it was still bright, because I wanted to use a bit of that last daylight to, relax a little bit. This place is just amazing. And I went as it was getting darker to the pasture and see if I can find any Liberty caps, because it's getting quite cold and I expect that they will be gone soon. So I didn't use this year very well in terms of hunting for them. I had different ideas and different fungi took my different mushrooms occupied my mind, I guess. But I was fortunate to find a couple of them, and today I found, I think, 2 or 3. So not bad for this time of year, to be honest, and I'm quite happy. But I found out that in the dark with the headlamp, it's easier for me to spot them than in a daylight. I don't know what's happening, but it seems like that's just the way it is. The funny thing about today's escapade, I would say, that I took, I was mostly spending time on that pasture and that field where I was looking for mushrooms. And as it was getting dark, the mist and the fog came up, and it was an amazing view and experience, kind of being in the middle of that field and surrounded by fog. And after that, when it was already dark and I was going half bent with headlamp to find some of the mushrooms, I overheard slight noise coming from that wet area. And when I looked towards it, it turned out to be a friend of mine that I met here, actually. This guy lives in the area. Well, he lives in Northern Ireland, but he has a house here. He's Irish and interesting person, a very cool guy. He likes to be a bit on that natural side, I would say, as well. So I guess we are on the same waves in terms of communication, and it's good to talk about mushrooms as well. Although he has no huge knowledge about it, he's very interested in learning, and he tried certain species and obviously wants to steer towards it. So it was nice to meet him again, because we haven't seen each other for probably a month or 2. So it was great, and this is probably the only time that I can meet him, because he's usually walking. Not only he's coming to check on his house, usually in the evening times due to work and other duties, but also he likes to just walk. He knows this area like his own pocket, so he can walk around without, any torch or anything like that, just in the valleys and across the woods and those wet areas. So for a regular person it might sound creepy, but this is the same with me. If not for my eyes and the fact that I still need to get to know that area better, I would probably do the same. So it was just a nice surprise and great to meet him again, have a good chat about mushrooms and what happened so far, and if he'll be around again soon. And he will be, so we are likely going to meet again before we go to Morocco. I guess the light turned off because it wants me to wrap up this episode, and this is what I'm going to do. So that's for today. This Friday wasn't super exciting, but it had a couple of highlights, and you heard all of them, so I won't be repeating myself again. I hope you have a great rest of the day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, because I see different people in my analytics popping up, in some audience in the US, some audience in Canada, others closer to Europe, but I also had Japan, I also had Australia, and that's super surprising and uplifting for me to get people from around the globe and getting to know you at some stage, hopefully. A quick last update. I remember that I told you about how I wanted to grow YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel was stalled for a while because I wasn't posting any shorts. But I'd like to highlight and remind it to those of you that already listen to or read the blog, and for those of you that are new to the project, that YouTube Shorts are probably the fastest way and the fastest tool to grow your YouTube channel ever. And I highly advise you to look up different techniques and tactics to use shorts to your advantage, because while you produce long form videos and want to have a proper content, shorts are not disrupting that production for you. Quite on the opposite side, you can repurpose fragments of your long format videos to shorts, or use them in completely different way just to drive traffic to your channel. Because this is probably the biggest challenge in growing YouTube channel, to get people even stumble upon your channel, not mentioning even watching any of your videos. So shorts are probably one of the best ways to grow subscriber count, so people actually receive notification when you create new content, and that's one of the best and most powerful ways to do it. And just to show you or tell you how powerful it is, I'll tell you that I started in March, and over 2 or 3 months of posting, I think it was 2 months of posting, and I wasn't super crazy about it. I was posting maybe 2 or 3 shorts per day, then maybe 1 or 2 or 0 sometimes, but I tried to be fairly regular and do a couple of shorts per week. I grew from 0 to 300 over 300, up to 350, I believe. And then I stopped doing shorts pretty much. Maybe I did a couple, but they didn't bring me anything. But recently I started doing single shorts and used a little bit of funny videos that I wanted to share with my audience, and also use that opportunity to also boost the growth, but kept doing my shorts with the famous quotes or just inspiring quotes. And while I was stalled between 350 and 360, let's say, just in the last week or two, let's say 2 weeks, I grew enough to cross the barrier of 400. So this is a really powerful tool. If you have a channel on YouTube and you produce long form content, please start using shorts. If you don't have a channel, but you think that you should or you might start in the future, start it now, and even start it with just shorts. So just create shorts. And as I say, there's plenty of good advice on YouTube how to grow your channel with shorts. So please use that opportunity, because I don't think it will last forever. YouTube will likely start putting some changes in the algorithm to manage shorts and their spread and the audience they are targeting for smaller channels. So please use it now so you can get the benefit of them. I will. My son is also using them recently, and he also grew from just below 100, I believe, to now 170. So it works. I have two channels. Like, I have one channel and my son has a second channel, and they both grow. And believe me, I was literally putting one short, I don't know, per every second day maybe. So not a lot of effort to get the decent results. If you increase effort, you will definitely increase the results. For now, that's it. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.